Hey guys, today we're going to talk about emotions in your artwork. So, have you ever had a big feeling? I've had a big feeling. Almost everybody has had a big feeling. And did you know that you can express those big feelings through artwork? That's what we're going to talk about today. This is Emotions in Artwork. Subject is art, grade 2. The learning targets that we will be working on are that you will be able to explain the mood that a piece of art is portraying, and you will be able to create your own piece expressing different feelings. Let's start by taking a look at these pieces of artwork. As you look at this piece of artwork, how do you feel? As I look at this one, I notice that the sun is shining, there's trees. I can't feel the temperature outside, but it looks really nice and it kind of makes me happy. So I would imagine that the artist was portraying happiness through this piece of art. Now, if we move over to this piece of art, it's bright colors and pretty clean lines. There's not lots of splotches and big dark messes. And this piece of artwork also makes me feel pretty happy. And I would imagine that the artist is portraying happiness through this piece of art as well. Now, the artist isn't here telling us how they felt. There's no description that goes along with these pieces of art. So all that you can do is you can make a guess based on how the art makes you feel. That's called making an inference. You can infer about the artwork that the artists that made these pieces of art were trying to portray the feeling of happiness. Let's take a look at another piece of artwork. Here's some other pieces. Now, you may notice that this piece is also what we would call abstract. You've learned about abstract art before. And this piece is abstract, just like this one was. But you may notice a difference. This piece has this big, dark, it almost looks like a tree branch, like in a scary forest. The background colors are dark. There's an eye here, but this eye doesn't look bright and happy. This art almost looks sad. Same with this piece of artwork. It's raining, people have umbrellas, the sky is gloomy. Think about how you feel when the weather is gloomy outside. And your feelings may be different than my feelings, but when I have a day and it's gloomy and rainy and the sky is gray, I feel sad sometimes. So, my interpretation of this artwork, my inference that I'm making about these pieces of art, is that this author and this author are expressing the feeling of sadness through their art. Then we move on to these pieces of artwork. Take a look at the colors in both of these. This one has bright colors, but there's a lot of darkness and there's not clean lines. It's lots of splotches. And I imagine this artist taking a paintbrush and just splashing the paint all over the canvas. And then this one, there's dark clouds and the water is stormy and the ships are rocking. And I imagine there might be a shipwreck. And these pieces of art kind of feel angry to me. And that's, again, my interpretation and my inference of these pieces of art is that the artists felt angry when they were creating these pieces of art. So let's take that information now. When you are creating your own artwork, you have to think about that. How would somebody interpret this? How would somebody be able to make an inference about this artwork? So now I told you how I feel about the pieces of art that we looked at previously. Now it's your turn to think along with me about how you think the artist was feeling in these artworks. Now, there's no right or wrong answer. Remember, it's your inference, it's your interpretation. So the way that someone's art makes you feel might be different than the way your friend feels with their artwork, and that's okay. What's important is that you learn how you would express the feeling of happiness or sadness or anger so that you're able to put that into your own artwork. So, how do you think this artist was feeling? I'm going to give you just a second to think about that. Okay, and now you are going to share on your discussion boards. You're just going to type number 1, made me feel, or this artist was feeling happy or sad or angry, however you were feeling. Now, you can look at the clean lines and the bright colors and think that, oh, that's happiness, because clean lines to me interpret happiness. Or maybe you see this red and you think anger, because red can feel angry sometimes. It's up to your interpretation, how you think the artist is feeling, and then how would you portray that in your own artwork. Let's move on to another one. This one has lots of dark colors with like bright lights coming through. So how do you think this artist was feeling? Were they feeling happy, sad, angry, excited? There's other emotions other than happy, sad, and angry. Maybe they were excited. Maybe they were feeling, I don't know, what's another feeling that you can think of? Maybe they were feeling, happy, excited, sad. Okay, I gave you just a minute to think about those answers. So think about how you may be feeling in this moment when you're looking at this painting. Here's another one. How do you think this artist was feeling? This may be a little more recognizable. It's not so abstract. You can tell this is a zebra. And the zebra's eye, look at the zebra's eye. How do you think the artist was trying to portray maybe the way the zebra was feeling in this picture? Remember, artwork can be paintings, drawings, photography. So this is an example of a picture. It's a photograph of the zebra. And for me, this zebra is feeling sad. Its eyes are drooping down. It looks sad, maybe tired. That's another feeling. We talked about how there's other feelings. Maybe this zebra is tired. So this would be number 3 on your discussion board. You're going to put the feeling that goes along with this picture to you. Okay, now you completed your discussion board along with me. So you have picture 1, 2, and 3. Let's go back and look at those. Make sure on your discussion board you have picture 1 and how it made you feel. Picture 2, how do you think that artist was feeling, or how did that picture make you feel? And number 3, how did you feel? Okay, now it is your turn. You are going to create 3 pieces of artwork. Your artwork is going to be happy, one will be sad, and one will be angry. And then when you are done with your pieces of art, the one that is how you represent happiness, how you represent sadness, and how you represent anger through your art, you are going to write just a short explanation of your feeling and what in your painting represents that feeling. So maybe for sadness, you have clouds and rain, or maybe it's blue and you have like sad faces or sad eyes, just like the paintings we saw before. Maybe happy is represented for you by looking at mountains or the beach or your pet. Draw a picture of your dog. Okay? It's however you can represent your feelings through your artwork. But you need to put an explanation with it. That might sound like, I drew a picture of my dog to represent happiness because for me, I am most happy when I'm spending time with my dog. Okay, that would be your explanation. Now, you can create your artwork on the painting app on your computer. You can draw and then take a picture to submit it. You can ask your parents or your guardians to help you with that. Okay, so you can choose to use your device or you can choose to do your artwork with paper and materials that you have at home. And then you're going to submit it with your explanation that goes along with each picture. Here's your rubric for your piece of art. You will have access to this to make sure that you have completed all 3 pieces of your artwork and you were able to explain what emotion you were connecting to your artwork and what in your artwork expresses that. Maybe it's the clean lines, maybe it's the dark colors or the bright colors, okay? This is going to be worth 30 points. Remember, you can use your device or you can take a picture of something you created with materials you have at home. All right, and then you're going to submit your artwork with your explanations. And that is the end of the 2nd grade art lesson. Now, I have decided that Jaden and Luther would be given extra time with text to speech and directions given in a variety of ways for their IEP accommodations. This is due to their grades on the grading rubric that was provided. It seems like they may need some extra time to complete their work. This was decided with the IEP team on their accommodations page for their IEP. So this is something they are provided with daily. Same with text to speech and directions given in a variety of ways due to their comprehension IEP goals. And then along with those 3 accommodations, Jaden and Luther, as well as Sarah and Alicia, will get text to speech and directions given in a variety of ways. So Sarah and Alicia do not receive that extra time because they keep up fine with their classwork. They just need help with that comprehension and that reading piece. Like I stated before, the students would have the choice of using digital components to complete their artwork, or they can use materials they have at home and then submit a picture with their explanations. That way it covers all students, no matter what their technology looks like. So if they don't have the ability to create their artwork the way they want to on their device, they can do it with pencil to paper and then take a picture and submit it that way. And that is the completion of my 2nd grade art lesson.